Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. Hey, let's go ahead and switch this up. Let's go ahead and switch this up for a bit, for a change. You can follow me at Vince D. Gregory on the Twitter bird. If I'm there, catch me if you can. I'm not the gingerbread man, not this time. Different show. You can also follow the show at Xtra VDG, and that's Xtra VDG. Noobs, thank you for giving this an opportunity. That's all I can ask for. In fact, this moment in time, hopefully you're not a time traveler. If you're a time traveler, I suggest you go back to the future and make it so that this is the present moment. This is the present time. However, we are currently ranked 24th in one chart and 66th in another chart. Thank you kindly. It is greatly appreciated. Regs, you know what time it is. Regs, we do this like almost every single day, but it's not every single day. It just feels that way because we got this special, unique bond that we share. Now, I went into my walk-in closet and I was looking around and things just felt a little bit out of place. I went ahead and got rid of some things. I went ahead, started moving some stuff around, making more room because my wardrobe and all of that stuff seems like it's grown, or better yet, I took things out of the dresser drawer and I decided to hang it up or what have you. There's a combination of things that took place. But while doing that, while knowing or while looking around and saying to myself, but not out loud, because the inner monologue was working, but saying to myself that I'm going to have to do a deep dive in here one day soon. But I'm just going to have to put it in line with the other things that I have to do. And it got me to thinking. A little bit more. And I just had a question to myself. Don't worry. I did not answer it. And if I were to answer, it wouldn't have been out loud. I can't tell those secrets. Not even Casper, the friendly ghost, can hear those. But it got me to thinking and the questioning. It's like, I am a lot of bit, any kind of bit too efficient, too productive. Cause my productivity and me being super, yes, duper efficient, it feels as though at times that I am not getting a lot done. I am not getting a lot accomplished. Things are just falling by the wayside. There are slips through the cracks, and letting my closet get awry or go awry was one of the slips, one of the hiccups, one of the glitches in the matrix. But then I had to push back. On that and just say, not today. You ain't true. You are not true. And I didn't want to relapse, because if I would have just kept going with that, I would have lost my center. I would have basically relapsed and became a perfectionist again. I don't want to do that. I don't want to live that life no more. It ain't fun. It's not a happy place to be in. And also, there are moments of weakness. There are moments where I am vulnerable. There are moments where it all adds up and it all makes sense. And then that's when I just have to take a few deep breaths. That's when I have to just hold up my hands. That's when I have to just look deep in the inside and let intuition and gut feeling set me straight. It's like, nah, Vince. But they ain't talking though. It's not an inner monologue either. It's just a feeling. It feels right, so to speak. And I got to I got to pondering that a little bit more and pushing back on it and let intuition and gut feeling have they say or their say. And that is almost the farthest thing from the truth. It ain't that I ain't productive. It ain't that I don't get things done. It ain't that I, how can I put this? Let some things fall through the cracks or have some hiccups or the glitches in the matrix. It's none of that. It ain't any of that. What it is, I am being extremely efficient. I am doing so many things. I do have multiple plates. I have multiple irons or multiple items cooking on the stove. But not literally, peeps. Not literally. It's just that I have so much going on, so much that I'm doing that it seems as if that I don't, because there's certain things that I haven't gotten to just because of the priority, just because of the order in I am doing something in, or just the spur of the moment, or if it's out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. But it doesn't necessarily mean that nothing is getting done, that I am not being productive. If anything, I push back on that. It's like, nah. Hold up. I ain't going down that perfectionist road anymore. I ain't trying to do everything and have everything to a certain level in a certain way because it is 100%. I'll shoot for 100%. And if I fail to reach 100%, that is okay by me. It really is. It really, really is. But on the face of it, I am being too efficient. I have so much productivity going on that when there is one or two things that hasn't come up or one or two things that has been out of sight, out of mind, that was it. That was a cue to the bad. Yeah, you get it. That was the cue to, it's like, hey, are you really and truly being productive? But when that go away, when the evidence is placed in front, when the productivity is right there, not to see, but to examine, that is the case. That is the case. In fact, I'd argue back. I'd push back and say that the productivity needs to come down a few notches, a few levels. Efficiency need to not be as efficient anymore. There needs to be more time for fun, more time for not doing anything. And if you've been rocking with me since day one, or if you've been rocking with me for a couple episodes, then you know that me doing nothing is the bane of my existence. Me doing nothing is like the nightmare that never ends. Me doing nothing and not being productive, it is something that I have to practice. It is something that I have to work on. That doesn't come naturally to me. That is something that is a chink in my armor. That is a flaw in my system. It doesn't come natural to me. It's something I have to work on. It's something I have to consciously make a decision to do. I have to look within myself, hopefully not deep, but just on the surface level, and be like, okay, it's time to relax, or okay, I am relaxing, because I could be doing multiple things at one time, yet only focus on a few, because that's how that works. That's how that works. You can't focus on everything. You're just bouncing back and forth between all of the things that you are doing. You assume, you think that you focus on one, but you ain't focused on one. And that's just me liking the new. That's just me wanting to not be caught up doing the same thing over and over and over and over. That's boredom to me. That is boring to me. I just can't do it. I've been there, done that. I try. I can gamify the system, but you can only gamify the system so many times before the system isn't systeming anymore, before the system is game over, complete, before the system has been conquered, before the system actually eventually breaks down. And one way or one method for me to make sure the system is running, or to make sure that the system is running efficiently, that is utilizing all of the tools that I have in the tool bag. Gamify the system is just one. Doing multiple things and bouncing around is another. And doing multiple things and bouncing around is efficient, is a way of being efficient. Once you do it so many times, you get a concept. You develop patterns. You notice those patterns, you utilize those patterns. And then once you realize those patterns, you try to create more patterns. You try to be more efficient. And then that's when you just going down the rabbit hole. That is when you are needing to make a little bit of time for fun, make a little bit of time for doing nothing. Because you ain't gonna burn out. No. Or I'm not gonna burn out. No. But I will become way too efficient. And when that level of efficiency drop, or when that level of efficiency isn't the same because the game changed, because something was done different, because something was added on, because something was removed, and that signals some kind of alert. That signals something, whether it's true or false, probably more likely false, that I'm not being as productive. No. That's not what that means. As I said, false. But it sort of feels that way because something changed, and what changed? Everything changed. And you notice the changes, you notice the patterns, and then there you are. There you are. You are striving for that 100%. You're striving for that 100 percentile and missing the trees. Yeah, the forest look good. Wait a minute. I don't see no forest. I just see this tree in front of me. I see this tree in front of me. And that's basically me in a nutshell inside a forest when I'm staring in front of a tree. In other words, that is how I am vulnerable. That is how I am weak. That is how I would slip, or sometimes slip up back into just not burning out, not overdoing it. But yeah, you guessed it. I don't need to say it. I don't need to say it, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind informing the world or saying, hey, this is my weakness. If you are around me for at least a day or a couple hours, you would understand my weakness. You will know my weakness. And I understand my weakness. I know what I don't know, and I'm okay with that. I know what I don't know, and I'm okay with that. I know that I have to minimize productivity, minimize going all in all the time, and minimize being good isn't good enough. Yeah, that's true. It is. It is. Falling for or accepting less than. Yeah, I know it's true. How however, there comes the time where reflecting and reflection should bring about the bigger picture. Reflection and reflecting and introspection should acknowledge the fact that you're not in the same space you're not in the same place as you once were. So in theory, that is moving to this unattainable goal that's being set. So is it really not good enough? But you're getting close to that imaginary good enough. Yeah, and that's the battle. That is the struggle. That is the daily struggle, the daily battle. And I'm okay with that. Hopefully it helps you. Hopefully you understand. Hopefully you don't walk in these shoes ever. And you like fun. You don't have to schedule fun. It comes natural. It's something that's amazing. And that's my favorite word. That is my favorite word. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. In fact, I am catching up. I am burning through the episodes of getting them put out because of, you guessed it, efficiency. But this episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. This week you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, all things Vince. Be sure to check out the new and improved website at extra.vdgsports.com. That is extra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well. Everything is there. YouTube, everything is there. That's VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share. Basically do whatever it is you do there. Comment if you must. Yeah, you can do that as well. Thank you. News, this is why I say I'm out. Well, I usually say peace out, but hey, Regs, you're not getting it. We out.